What is up guys, WOOO here, back again, another Division 2 video guys. Today's video is all about legendary / heroic content build. I did a little video yesterday all about status effects and in terms of the Shocktrap skill variant, which most of you guys loved, and you want to see the build that had attached to that gameplay, and lo and behold, I deliver. This is awesome. It is awesome. Now, I've had this build for about 4 or 5 weeks, and I use it every couple of days, and I feel dirty, I feel a bit filthy using this build, but it offers you so much crowd control, which, again guys, in this game is sorely needed. Just to create as much havoc within the NPC ranks for you and your DPSs to rinse them like butter. Yes guys, so if you enjoy this build, thumbs doodle, that helps, it really does, it helps the channel, helps the video, and all that jazz. And of course guys, if you're not subbed to the channel, drop the WOOO bomb on the sub button, ding the bell to be notified when I upload my shizzle. Guys, let's move this. Specialization. Guys, survivalist. It has to be on this build. Now, why is that? First thing is 10% increased protection from elites. Not a great deal, but it does help. Distributed repair. Armor kits now repair over 5 seconds instead of instantly, but also apply to group members within 20 meters. And again, guys, most of the people I play with on legendary content, whether it be randoms or clanmates, guys, they're rolling with either skill damage builds or DPS builds, so there's no dedicated healer. So this, again, when you pop your medkit, and you know there's a good array of medkits once you go through the missions, then you know you're just healing for days, and that's a really nice addition to the build. And then you have this. Group members get 10% bonus damage to targets with status effects. My 2 skill variants are status effects, and I will spam them all day long. That's why this is crucial to have on your specialization. This is the go-to, in my honest opinion, because you're just benefiting those guys by 10%. Your DPSs will love the extra 10% damage because the world will be status effects. Put it that way with this setup is really good. Then we have crunch time, which is while in cover, gain 10% skill haste. Again, a nice addition to the specialization. The build, guys, is, again, very simple, but so effective. We know it's survivalist, it's 0 offensive, 0 defensive, and 6 utility stats. And I'm using the Eclipse protocol gear set. This is a 6 skill tier build and offers a little bit of survivability as well. So what does Eclipse protocol do? So if you're going to roll with a 2-piece, that's 15% status effects. The 3-piece is 15% skill haste and 30% hazard protection. The 4-piece bonus is indirect transmission. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 15 meters and refresh 50% of the duration. That's nice. It's really nice. As an example, your Shocktrap, just say it gives Shocktrap shock for 10 seconds. What happens? They will get 5 seconds. That's 5 seconds of extra damage. Tasty. Now with this, guys, you can see status effects all day long. Everywhere, guys, get it everywhere on the build, status effects, so you want to elevate that damage. Skill haste 11.5% mod. The talent on the chest piece is proliferation. Increases indirect transmission range from 50 meters to 20 meters and refresh the percentage from 50% to 75%. That's a wider radius and that is more damage with the duration. Guys, the chest piece is awesome. It's just the best in slot on Eclipse Protocol, in my opinion. The second piece of Eclipse Protocol, again guys, you can see the song remains the same, is 10% status effects. The gloves, guys, again, 10% status effects. And then we have the backpack, which is again 10% status effects with 11.6% skill haste utility mod. Symptom aggravator. Amplifies all damage, guys, yes, all damage you deal to status affected targets by 15%. Nice. That's all damage. Weapons and skills. That's great. 15%. Now, guys, the knee pads, they are the Emperor's Guard high-end knee pads. Why am I using these, Mr. WOOO? Now, I get that 1% armor regen, which on this build, I'm rolling 726k armor. So I am getting back per second 7,260 heal back. So it's a smidgen of health. Now, in heroic content, guys, yeah, it is what it is. We know we just rinse through it anyway. You don't really need a heal. However, in legendaries, it's nice to have that little, again, it is a smidgen of health recovery or armor recovery, but still, it is nice to have. Now, you could use golden gear and have some skill haste and status effects if you wish, but the big thing for me is I like that little bit of armor regen. And that 1%, yeah, it does go a long way. In my opinion, guys, yeah, it's not a massive amount, but it still helps me stay alive longer. And 10% status effects as the other one. But also, Murakami, 20% skill duration. That will benefit my Shocktrap. That elevates my Shocktrap duration from 63 seconds to 75.5 seconds. That's how long that Shocktrap is down. The duration is awesome, and that's why I've gone for this on the build, because it's down for longer. Again, guys, a minute is a long time anyway, but I've just want the extra 13 seconds rather than extra half a second or 0.8 seconds of status effects. Doesn't really do a lot for me, but on this build, I want that Shocktrap down as long as I can get it down. And then finally, guys, in terms of the gear, the Velie mask, and this is where it sings and shines. This, again, you acquire this around about season level 90. Or again, once you do that, you'll get it drop in the loot pool. Love this mask. It is perhaps my favourite exotic in the game. And I have an 11.3% skill haste marred with status effects and hazard protection on there. But it's all about toxic delivery. Status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. Total damage is dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade and increased by status effect attributes. So the more guys you spec into status effects, the more damage your build will do, or your skills will do. Also, guys, concussion grenade is all about explosive damage. So if you're looking at an explodey boom build, then guys, try and get as much explosive damage as possible on there. That will only increase the damage output from the Velie mask on your skills. Says. Now let's take a look at the weapons, guys. I cannot see past this. Someone may say there is a better option. Let's say use this, use that. But guys, the Pestilence is one of the best weapons in the game. Now again, the weapon handle on this is pretty much potato. That's it for me, but still, just getting those shots that hit, we know that debuff applied is fantastic. And again, it will spread on kill. So just make sure, what I do with this is try to make sure that the NPCs have a smidgen of health and they've got a nice full whack or a nice decent amount of Pestilence debuff attached. Move to the next NPC. So what will happen, the NPC will die and then it will spread like wildfire. Great. I feckin' love the Pestilence. On this build, it is great for legendary content. You're just spreading, status effects like butter on toast. It's simple. And it's awesome, guys. See, this is near amazing. This is perhaps my about 11th roll, and this is the best I can get it. Plague of the Outcast. Hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Just keep spamming them, guys. Just keep spamming them. You know this. And it works a dream. Whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to an enemy within 25 meters. That's a long drawn out distance, and that that's just going to spread. Great talent. Now, again, guys, I cannot see past this. Legendary missions, it is just brilliant. I recommend this highly on any status effect build. Now, what I will say, let's just clarify this. The debuff that you deal with Plague of the Outcast on the Pestilence is not a status effect. It feels like it, but guys, it isn't. So don't, when you spec in the status effects, it won't prolong the damage, it won't increase the damage. It's all about weapon damage on the Outcast debuff. It's all about increasing that weapon damage will increase the damage from the debuff. So don't go into status effects and expecting this to be increased. Now mods, again, they are fixed because it's an exotic. Rate of fire, stability, and accuracy. My secondary is the Everlasting Gaze, which is the perfect perpetuation named high-end rifle. I'm utilising this, guys, simply because, again, headshots grant 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effect you apply. What I don't like about this is the 16-second cooldown, guys, and that's a bit frustrating. If I could spam this all day, happy days. Or a much shorter cooldown, say 5 seconds or 8 seconds, I could deal with it. But 16 seconds is a long time. And that's why I'll use it once, and then what I'll do, I'll switch to the Pestilence. And again, I'll get that extra bit of damage and duration. Simple. In terms of mods, crit hit chance, rounds, and of course critical damage. My sidearm, don't use it, guys. It is there simply for show, and that is the backup boomstick. Now guys, let's take a look at the skills. The first skill is the Riot Foam Chem Launcher. Guys, you've seen this in action. It is awesome. It is awesome. Now you could use if you so desired, and that is the Chem Launcher Fire Starter, which is also amazing in PvE. It's awesome. It's a bit dirty in PvP, but still, for me, it's all about that foam. I love the Riot Foam. It's a little bit situational, but now I think it's at its peak. It's the best it's ever been in PvE, and for me, this is brilliant. The cooldown is 18.9 seconds. The ensnare duration is 16.7 seconds. The foam health is 1.884 million. Nice. Mods, guys, ensnare health and ammo. I mean, you could go with this, guys, if you wanted to. Something like ensnare duration. That will up it, again, a little bit longer. That's fine. I've just gone for health. But again, you put on whichever you wish. It's still a crazy duration and health taste. Then we have the primary skill, which the build is all about. That is the Shocktrap. That has a 37.7 second cooldown. Don't worry about it, guys, because the duration on this is 75.5 seconds. So once you deploy it, it's going to last for 75.5 seconds. Simple. So guys, don't worry. Once it's ready to go, just dismantle it. Again, it'll pop for 1 second, and then you're ready to deploy, which is great. The radius is 4.2 meters. The duration is 8.4 seconds. Beautiful. Like this. Mod-wise, the duration and shock radius. You could go for duration there, again, to add up, but I'm in a great place for duration, guys. I am, so don't need any more. It's all about that extra bit of radius. 4.2 meters, again, it is what it is, but it does help. And then finally, guys, we'll just take a look at the stats. Again, you've seen that 0 critic chance, guys. It is scary, isn't it? But, you know, normally there's someone rolling with Cody's mask, and that will elevate the damage on my pestilence a little bit, but it is what it is. Don't worry about it, guys. This is status effect build, so don't worry too much. It's just nice to have the pestilence. It is brilliant. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game. Then we have 29% light machine gun damage bonus and 15% rifle damage bonus. Then, guys, armor regen is 7260, and again, that's a nice tick. It's a nice tick, and it helps me. Again, you can roll with golden gear if you wanted to for the extra little bit of status effects, a little bit, and it gives you a little bit more damage. I just wanted that little bit more survivability. I wanted that bit more of a heal, and it does take its time, but it does help with the Emperor's Guard knee pads. That's just my choice, guys. Now, the hazard protection is nearly 50%, which is also decent. That's because I'm using the lovely EP gear set. Guys, skill haste 59%. Of course, this could be better. And again, I get 10% extra when I'm in cover with survivalist specialization. But this is it, guys. This is my build for legendary content. Love it. And I have quite a few legendary builds. I like to mix things up, but this is my go-to. This is the one I use that just delivers time and time again. It's the most fun build for me in the game. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs doodle, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.